we're here with Mike Zach, our associate editor at Autoblog. We're going to talk about the Hyundai Sonata. The Sonata is sort of similar to the Toyota Camry in that it's the same size, it's one of their competitors, and the new Camry came out at this show, and now we've got the Sonata. What do you think?
It is, yes. It fits right into that competitive set, and personally, I'm more of a fan of the Sonata's design. I think it's a little bit more aggressive, more athletic, more mature, really. And I think you can make the argument that the Sonata and cars like the Fusion, their more striking design, has forced Toyota to do this big mid-cycle refresh.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think that Toyota? So you think that this one is more successful at that?
With the design, yes, definitely.
Okay. So the car is all new. How do you feel about the design?
I really like it, and I think the word to use here is it's much more refined. What Hyundai had been doing with their swoopy previous generation cars was really trying to grab people's attention, and now that they have it, they're trying to keep it with something a little bit more toned down that's not quite as controversial.
Right. I mean, we've heard that they needed to be more conservative.
Absolutely, and I think this car is a great example of that.
So tell me, they named the design something kind of wacky. What is it?
It's Fluidic Sculpture 2.0, which fluidic and sculpture, they don't really make any sense next to each other. It's
No.
definitely some design speak going on there, kind of a marketing play. It's kind of meaningless.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because I don't think this car was sort of put underwater or anything.
And sculpted.
And sculpted, exactly. Still just a car. So you've driven the last Sonata.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking forward to driving the Sonata?
I am. The last Sonata was a nice car to drive, but I expect this car to be a little bit sportier, have a little bit better ride, and the interior should be improved. Hyundai said they really focused on interior space and ergonomics, and they've also been testing the car over at the Nürburgring to give it, a much more sporty feel on the road.
Which could be good or bad, depending on what kind of driver you are.
Exactly. This car, a lot of commuters are going to be buying this car, so they might not like a stiffer ride with this more punishing suspension. So it'll be interesting to see how far they went with that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it hurts your kidneys when you go over a pothole.
Exactly. But the upsides of that, of course, are you're going to have a car that's much sharper. The steering is going to be much more responsive. It's just going to handle better on the road.
All right, so the Sonata is one of Hyundai's most important cars, right? I mean, and who is this car for?
Well, this car's really for pretty much everybody. It's going to be, it's big enough to fit a family, but it's, I think it's stylish and sharp enough for a single younger buyer. It's definitely their volume car. It competes in one of the most competitive segments in the industry. So, it's important because this is where they're really going after companies like Toyota and Ford and Honda.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Mike, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.